Not even close. Nope. We're gonna have to slide the pack off a little bit. But that's alright. I was kind of prepared for that. The distance on this trail isn't terrible either. Feeling pretty good today. To be honest, I was gonna do another at-home strength workout, but I was like, no, I gotta get out and walk, you know. I feel the need, and I gotta start practicing this a little bit more. You know, I gotta find new adventures, and I gotta figure out exactly what I'm looking for, because I mean, that's the only person I've ever really even done anything on the internet for. I guess that's pretty selfish. I just mean, like, because I've had my YouTube for a long time, but I've never had like followers. So every video I've ever made was mostly to keep myself consistent, or for me to practice talking and improvising, because that's a big thing that I was always proud of, is my improvised skills for wrestling. So I always like to keep those on point. And then yeah, I just like, I didn't even share like a lot of wrestling videos or anything. Like I really fucked up on social media management. I should have done a lot more than what I ever even attempted. But should have, could have, whatever, right? We're here and we're doing things now, and we're finding all of our new whys, and we're very happy with ourselves and very happy with our life. And that's not me trying to convince you or me. That is honest. And for the first time ever, well, not ever, because there was that time when I was about 28, when I was killing it in wrestling and in life, and I was the lowest I had ever been in weight, and I was, you know, the strongest, and you know, just all the pluses. And that's why the injury hit so hard. It's because everything was perfect, and then when the injury hit, I needed everything to stay perfect. So I kept trying to push myself the way I had been before the injury, and that just continued to break my body down, really, because I was pushing in directions that was hurting other parts of the body, and then that was just taking me out longer. And then I just got to a point where I was scared of working out. I was just in a mind slump of, you know, because I was fat and I had all the wrestling bookings, and I started losing weight, and it felt like with every 20 pounds I was just, you know, losing more. But then that's when Northern Lights started, and everything was just rising right back up. And 2 years into that, that's when the injury hit. And then COVID took everything from me. We couldn't run for 2 years, so that completely destroyed any business that I had. And then all the wrestling that was open, they were full. So that, you know, and it's all understandable. But then I made the comeback in wrestling, but the company itself never made the comeback. And I had a really fun time after the injury. I had a great time. But here we are now. We are about 6 months out from my last match, and I'm considering never doing it again. Mostly because this bad boy right here, my hip, he's giving me some problems, kind of popping a little bit. And it's a longevity issue at this point more than anything. So we want to keep ourselves active and ready for a long haul. Is that the direction we shouldn't go? But I want to? Or maybe I'll keep going. This looks like it goes on forever though. So I have no idea. No, because it looks like it stops right there. Huh. We're learning. That's what this is about, right? But so it's about longevity at this point, and it's about, oh, there's another little guy. Hey friend, how are you doing today? I wonder how many of you I've almost stepped on or have stepped on. And we just want to keep our body in this prime, because I've done a lot of work to get to where we are now, you know, almost 100 pounds lost, and trying to preserve the instead of, if an injury happens, getting into a funk to where we lose all of our progress. I've channeled the inner strength this time and done it a bit differently, and I believe when the hip does eventually need, you know, assistance, I won't lose all the progress that I have made now. I may lose some of the time on my adventuring, but I think I'll be okay with that, as long as I can get to a position to where my body will be right shortly. You know what I mean? So I think the best choice now is to step away. Obviously, if something presents itself that is interesting, I will take it, because I love the business. I have considered attempting to get into like a manager position, because I do love entertaining and talking, and I think I'm quite good at it. And but I think the best step now is to just step away and preserve our body and find what this new inspiration forward is, because there's something about just this right here, just being in the moment, that is absolutely spectacular to me, and I believe I should chase it. There's something in me that says continue forward, finding everything. Unfortunately, that finding everything also means some old people problems, and I don't mean physically, I mean in the world. A lot of new things are bothering me, and I don't know if I'm okay with that or not, but that is what it is. So we'll just work through that on our own, and hopefully it sorts itself out accordingly. You know, the world works in mysterious ways or whatever. And yeah, you know, it's crazy what happens when you turn a fucking camera on for 30 minutes and had nothing to say, and you're off on an adventure. Just your mind consistently breaking things down. I don't know how other people's brain works. I know mine doesn't work the same, but it also probably does. But I just continually think of things and situations. I'll even have conversations with myself, and it seems rather unhealthy, but I mean, you know, it's gotten me this far. I feel like I've learned a lot. I feel like I've grown a lot. I think a lot of it has come from finding solidarity in myself and having insecurity with the people around me. I don't know if it's that I knew that I was picking a bad crowd, mostly because of the person I wanted to be, or if it is because I have a problem with trusting myself, so therefore trusting others seems ridiculous. But then there was also the motto that I heard that I do try to live by, and that's to trust everyone. You know, because the trust no one mantra is pretty, you know, assuring if you're trying to, you know, get through personal things and the advice you're getting or the people around you aren't great. But trust everyone seems to make more sense, because every person is going to be themselves no matter what, and you can trust them to be who that person is. Now, understanding who that person might be is different, but I believe that you can trust everyone to always be who they are, regardless of who they are in that moment. You know what I mean? Because some people in that moment are the person who's going to steal from you, and some people in that moment are the person who's going to stop him. You know what I mean? So I think that's a pretty good thing. That's pretty safe to live by, is trust everyone to be who they are, because that's what's gonna happen anyway. And if you don't trust anyone, then you'll never find out who that person is or those people are, and you can't trust them to be who they are then, because you don't even know.